together.
Right. What we're going to do is we're going to drain the forks, but also I'm going to be dropping the forks so that I can replace these fork boots. The fork boots are shot, and I'm going to show how to install fork boots. But to drain the fork oil, one of the things you need to do is loosen up these screws in order to get these tops off the forks. Removing the tops from the forks will make the oil drain faster, and also you have to remove the caps in order to add the fresh fork oil. So if you have the tank off and you have the fork up against the stop, it makes it easy to get these caps off. Now, one thing that's important to know is that these caps are going to shoot off because there's springs inside the forks. So as you loosen the cap, you want to make sure to keep your finger on it, otherwise it can be pretty ugly. Okay, it's not under a whole lot of pressure, but alright, so there's one fork cap, and then we'll do the other one. So cut it off. On the fork caps, there's these O-rings, and you can get them from BMW, but you can also get them at the hardware store. I forget what size they are, but if you take it off, you can get something close. It's not rocket science. I reuse them. If they're not leaking, they don't need to be replaced. Okay, now this is the drain bolt, and I'm going to break this loose and hopefully catch the oil as it drains out. So let's see what happens. Okay, now this oil is pretty cruddy. It went in, it was a sort of clear red color. It looked a lot like ATF when it went in. And now we'll do the other one. Up. And we'll let that drain. You can kill it. Okay, they're about drained. Now the washers that go on these drain plugs, first of all, the BMW parts fiche is wrong. If you buy the ones in the fiche, you will not get the right parts. These are the same washers that fit the drain for the water pump. And you can reuse these things. You can reuse them several times, but they do get work hardened because they're copper, and you can buy new ones. You can use electrical ring terminals. You cut off the crimp thing. Even if they're chrome, they're going to be soft metal. And you can take these and you can hit them with like a propane torch till they glow bright red, and then throw them in water or let them air dry or whatever, and they'll soften up. But after we get the oil drained, we want to put the drain screws back in, obviously, before we fill up with fresh oil. Okay, and you know, these, I don't know what the torque spec is on these. It's not a stressed bolt. You don't want to get them too tight. You don't want to strip anything. That's good. Okay. I have 600 cc's of 10 weight fork oil and a funnel. I put the caps, the drain plugs back in. So I'm going to carefully pour this in here and hope that I don't spill any, because if I spill it, then I won't know how much I got in there. Everything locked, it'll all go real smoothly, and I won't have a conniption or a mess. Alright, and after this drains down in here, I will fill the other leg. Okay, I'm not going to replace these O-rings because they weren't leaking, but there's this little spacer here and the springs below that. So the trick to this is you need to hold it down and carefully get it started. You don't want to get it cross-threaded. You want to make sure that it's going on there nice and smoothly, and then you can take your finger off it, in good shape. So what I'm going to do is screw this guy in here. And then I'm going to screw the other one in. And you'll notice that the fork tubes themselves are about flush with the top clamp, and this cap sticks up above it. That's about how you want to set these things up unless you've got a lowered bike. So again, this doesn't need to be super torqued. This is just a plug. So now I'm going to do the other side.